Egyptologists will not agree with what I have to say about the Great Pyramid, but then they've been proven wrong countless times. This is because anything that contradicts one's beliefs is oftentimes discarded or even suppressed. To understand Egypt and man's true history, one has to see through a different lens. The entire Great Pyramid timeline is inaccurate. The Sleeping Prophet, Edgar Cayce, was more in line with its true construction age, which is between 11,000 to 10,000 BC. Chamber shafts inside the pyramid are perfectly aligned with key star systems during this time frame. Mainstream Egyptologists would have you believe the Great Pyramid came into being around 2500 BC, which just happens to fit quite nicely into the reign of the pharaoh Khufu. Contrary to popular belief, Khufu, aka Cheops, a 4th dynasty pharaoh of the Old Kingdom, was not the original builder of this great wonder. He did a great restoration job on a very old structure and no one will fault him for putting his name to it for vanity's sake. But he did not build it. Khufu had a reputation for cultural preservation and restoration building projects. He was also widely remembered as being an unlikable tyrant, hardly someone with the higher consciousness required to build such a celestial monument. So little is known about Khufu, that historians are even in conflict about how long he actually ruled, anywhere from 26 to 53 years. Yet, because someone found an inscription in one of the chambers inside the Great Pyramid, which mentioned a work crew named, Friends of Khufu, historians jumped to the flimsy conclusion he must have been its builder. Wrong. So who did build it? The very ancient Arab writers were convinced that the Great Pyramid was built by the Egyptian god, Thoth, known as the Greek god Thoth ok Hermes, the Arabic Idris, the Hebrew Enoch, and the messenger of the gods, Mercury. He went by many names in different world cultures, but it was the same man. So was he man or god? Perhaps a little of both. Through the centuries, the Egyptian god Thoth has held an extremely dominant place in all the sacred temples. Depictions of Thoth show him in human form with the head of an ibis, the symbol on alchemical scripts for successful transmutation. Thoth was revered as the creator god, who brought knowledge, wisdom, medicine, sacred geometry, and the alchemy arts to earth. This ibis-headed distinction made him readily identifiable on any temple wall. Who was he really? Thoth was the true builder of the Great Pyramid. He was one of the original elders that came to ancient Egypt, called Kem, after the third and final upheaval of the continent known as Atlantis. He was entrusted by his father, an advanced temple elder, to preserve the great cosmic knowledge, technology, and alchemy of the Atlanteans. Thoth's vast knowledge of harnessing earth forces was like magic to the ancient Egyptians who knew nothing of alchemy. To them he appeared to be a god. Like some early missionary to the native tribes, he brought knowledge of man's true connection to the light of source, his origins to the stars, and how to attain the path to enlightenment and wisdom. For wisdom is power and power is wisdom. One could say that Thoth was man's first higher consciousness coach. The Egyptians knew him as one of the 10 members of the dynasty of gods who ruled earth before earthly kings, meaning he came from the Atlantean order of Melchizedek, the cosmic priests to the priests, highly evolved beings who reincarnated to help man during key periods in evolutionary time. Today Thoth is best remembered as the great scribe of the sacred writings called the Emerald Tablets. These 12 tablets are said to be constructed in a material that is imperishable and resistant to all elements, corrosion and acids. The atomic and cellular structure is fixed, and no change can take place, thus violating the material law of ionization. They were translated and interpreted by a Dr. M. Doriel in 1925. How and where they were first found is still unclear. In these tablets, Thoth actually reveals his involvement in building the Great Pyramid. It's definitely worth a read. Thoth encapsulated much about the universe, the stars and mathematics into the dimensional structure of the Great Pyramid, thereby giving man a cosmic time capsule. Thoth intended that knowledge be preserved for those who would come after, those who could read the signs. The ancient Egyptians did not just wake up one day and suddenly know what even our scientists are still learning about our world today. This knowledge was shared with them by the Atlanteans, some of it openly revealed and some hinted at, even secreted away, until man had evolved enough to be ready to use it to connect with the divine source. Misuse of some of this knowledge, i.e., weather manipulation, DNA experimentation, bioengineering, and advanced weaponry led to man's fall into darkness, causing the destabilization and submersion of Atlantis by those only interested in service to self. We seem to be revisiting that same trajectory pattern today. Is history once again repeating itself until we finally learn the lesson? PYR4 The Great Pyramid had several purposes. It was not just a cryptic depository of universal knowledge, but it also served to magnetically stabilize the Earth's axis and anchor it in time and space. It was intentionally built on the exact center of Earth as well as aligned to Earth's inner core, to correct a slight wobble in its orbit caused by the upheaval of the Atlantean continental landmass. Today's scientists have already established that Earth went through several magnetic pole reversals since pre-Ice Age time. They also know that continental drift and tectonic plate dynamics can cause strange magnetic anomalies to occur. Could pole shift have disrupted the entire magnetic field of the planet during this Atlantean time? If so, someone certainly found a way to fix it. The Earth now has an unusual magnetic grid, the 12 Earth vortices, laid out so astoundingly uniform throughout both hemispheres, it defies natural explanation. All these vortice sites display magnetic anomalies. Scientists admit the uniformity of design could not have been naturally formed, but appears to have been somehow intentionally placed in this pattern. Cosmic alchemy at work? In addition to its function as an Earth stabilizer, the Great Pyramid was also a resonant energy generator using vibrational sound. The pyramids around the world, as well as obelisks, were much like today's electrical transmitting and receiving towers. Because of this natural energy source, the Great Pyramid also became a vehicle for transmutation, transforming matter into light energy, the key to soul evolution and higher consciousness. This knowledge was used in initiation rites to access the divine will of one and transverse the cosmos. The ancient Egyptians, and our entire planet, have Thoth and the Order of Melchizedek to thank for all this. Is it any wonder he was thought of as a god? So what happened to Thoth? The ancient Sabaeans, who inhabited the biblical land of Sheba, adamantly believed that the Great Pyramid concealed the tombs of both Thoth and his father. Because of this strong belief, they came on pilgrimages to Giza right up until medieval times in order to venerate them. They said Thoth possessed the secrets to immortality. They may have been right.